The Sea Grant research really was the first basic scientific research on Maine's beach systems and on sea level rise in a big picture sense here. It was therefore central to all decisions that were made ultimately by the State Board of Environmental Protection to enforce laws. This was the best available information. It was said repeatedly in public hearings and in court proceedings. And it was the only available information for the most part. To this day, with Camp Ellis looming as a large societal question, how to protect this area of land or not, when one looks at the proposal by the Corps of Engineers to make some changes, every citation they have in their document regarding the facts of Saco Bay was Sea Grant funded research, everything.
The Maine Geological Survey has worked with Maine Sea Grant over the last year to actually take some of the scientific information about the hazards we have and translate that into information that homeowners could use or municipal officials could use in the form of a guide. And Peter Slavinsky at the Maine Geological Survey has done a tremendous amount of writing and data collection and processing in order to package that information in a way that's useful to people. So to get the message out is extremely important because there are never enough scientists to go door to door and get the information to everybody who needs it. But through the education arena that Sea Grant provides, that outreach then will provide information through web resources or meetings that will then be directly applicable to specific segments of our coastal communities.
What Penobscot East Resource Center is doing and what Maine Sea Grant is so helpful in providing the pieces of is how can you get both sides to listen? What information needs to be brought to the table? And then how can we actually do the facilitation that allows those two things to be melded? I believe that the combination of the forum, the excellent extension that Sea Grant has always had, and the fact that they're continuing to be a catalyst for answering practical research questions in a really rigorous way, those things provide us with a platform that may be why Maine has the co-management that it does.
Because you can't do any of this stuff alone. It's overwhelming. It really is overwhelming. And to get somebody like Sea Grant there to support, because that's what they are. They're a Sea Grant, and we're an industry organization. What better marriage to have than those two organizations working together on something?
Sea Grant probably is, I don't want to even say one of the most, I think it's the most important funding agency to my work in the state of Maine. If you look at all my student thesis, they always have a big thank to Paul and the Sea Grant program for their support, so that they can finish their work and with a high quality.
A very important project was done back in 2000, where Sea Grant was intimately involved in a series of research priority setting meetings that we held up and down the coast on 5 different species, including lobsters and soft-shell clams, sea urchins, shrimp, and sea scallops. And Maine Sea Grant provided the facilitation skills that we needed for those meetings and helped to pull those meetings together. More recently, we had a meeting on rockweed and developing research priorities for rockweed, and of course Sea Grant provided funding as well as facilitation support for that. So there really isn't anyone else in the state that provides the kind of role that Sea Grant does.